Good morning. How is everybody? Hello, Nancy. How are you? Hi, Big Dirt. How is everybody this morning? Oh boy. Today is the day I actually hate. We have orientation today. So it's one of the days that I actually hate coming to work. Christopher. So they say it's supposed to storm all weekend. We have a hurricane not built all the way yet, but it's crossing over the state of Florida. It hasn't formed, but it's crossing over the state of Florida. And that is the storm that we went through last night. So they say that is the reason everything is going on. So we're probably going to be expecting a lot of high winds and everything. So I'm praying things are okay, especially my chickens. My chickens, they better be okay. I worry about them a lot. Last time we had the hurricane last year, we put a lot of straw in Coop's shed, and we put them in there. So if a hurricane comes this year, that is what's going to happen. We're going to put a lot of straw in there, and we're putting them in the shed. I cleaned out my shed, so if I have to, I can put them in my shed, and they can go in there. But the thing is Coop's shed has air conditioning until the electric goes out. So we can put them in there, and they have air conditioning until, you know, the electric goes out. So that's a plus. So they have air until the electric goes out. So that's a plus. And it's a lot bigger. So I might have to go out there and push stuff around and clean his shed up a little bit. Yeah, we have a generator. We made sure of that. So we have a generator. So thank God for that. But it powers like the air conditioner in the house, the refrigerator, and a TV. So we make sure it gets that, you know. I better shut those things off. Hold on a minute. And I can't shut it off. Yeah, I can. Hold on. Where's the notifications? There it is. Hey, honey. So yeah. So I'm really not looking forward to a crossing over. They say that it's not supposed to form until it gets on the other side of Florida. So so we'll see if that happens. I know, there's a big bubble. I have a radar system that I watch for hurricanes, especially this time of year. There's a big bubble over the state of Florida. So
Yes, ma'am.
and then when I got to work this morning, they made a huge announcement that we could possibly be going to 7 days in September. So, yeah, that could possibly be happening. So, that's going to be fun. So it'll be 6 days in August and then go right into 7 days in September. So that's going to be fun. And that'll be 7 days all the way to the end of the year. Yay! Safety. So we'll see what happens there. Good morning. How are you, Larry? And Sansi? Are you guys getting a lot of rain there too? I know you guys were getting a heat wave. I say this rain ain't even calming down the heat, which really sucks. It's just intensifying the heat. Yeah, well, the rain ain't stopping the heat. That's for sure. That's right, Jen. No hurricanes allowed. No. That's right. He can stop them. I'm hoping. I want him to, that's for sure. Good morning, Paul. How are you? I wish he had the magic powers. Good morning. I know. Okay, so the very first hurricane we went through, that would have been my very first hurricane. Let me backstory. I'm scared to death of tornadoes. So the very first hurricane we went through was at night. So Coop He stayed up through it. Me, I took some sleeping pills. I'm like, nope. I took sleeping pills. Out. And Coop said that was the worst one because it was like a train, all the wind and everything. I was glad I slept through it because I would have been like a nervous wreck for him, and it would have been really bad because, especially at night, because you can't see, and then the noise would have been really bad because I'd be like, oh my God, I can't. What is that? What is that? So, it probably would have made it worse for him. So I'm glad I slept through it. And then the second one, I made sure I stayed awake because I wanted to see what it was like. But the first one, we had no electricity for a little while, and I said, oh, we're not doing this again. Nope, we're getting a generator. So we got a generator, so that helped us. And I always kept telling me, we need a generator, and I'm like, I thought of like the tornadoes, oh, we're not out of electricity that long. Well, he's lived it before. Me, I never lived it before. I was just thinking the tornadoes, we never had electricity.
Did you ever need the sticker? What does that mean?
Yeah, he was told to pick one up from
The
us.
IFTA.
The IFTA sticker, the blue square?
Possibly.
The anyways, so I've never dealt with them. And so anyways, he kept telling me we need a generator, so we were without power not that long, but it was long enough to make me feel very uncomfortable. So we made sure we got a generator. I didn't like it. No. They're at the guard shack.
I don't think I could ever see those.
Yeah.
They were on the filing cabinet the last I seen it.
Barb said last time she.
They are blue. But yeah, just the thought of being without electricity now, there is just no way. I mean, with the tornadoes, we would always fill up the bathtub, just be without for just a little while. Wasn't that long, but no, not gonna do it. Paul, you have tornadoes where you're at in Iowa, right? Morning, Kiko. Nancy, I live in hurricane area and tornadoes. Oh, I didn't see that. I live in hurricane area and tornadoes and have several hurricanes. Luckily, hurricanes. Yeah, the earthquakes, never dealt with those. The tornadoes, I don't like those. And honestly, I really hate the hurricanes. Because the fear of drowning is really bad. So that's probably why I'll never live by the ocean. Because that was my dream of living by the ocean. So now, no, it's not my dream no more. Because I definitely am not gonna have that happen. Yep. When we talked about moving to Florida, I said, "Oh, that would be so cool. Have a house right on the beach." Da 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 da. And then seeing all that, hell no, hell to the no. And then now all the insurance companies are pulling out. Yeah, nope, 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 nope. Exactly. I'd rather take a chance. Mm-hmm. Chart. I'll have to write that down. What is it called? Jackery. I'll have to check them out. I know, right? My dad used to say that a lot. When he would see, my dad was a meaning. I don't want to sound like he was an ass, but my dad was a meaning. He when he would see bigger people, he would always say, "I feel the earth," because my uncle, he was a big guy. You know, he would always say that, "I feel the earth moving under my feet," and so when people say that, like for the earthquakes, I always think of that. My dad was evil like that. And he wasn't a small guy himself, but safety. Yeah, when we were in the ocean Saturday, I was telling Coop, I said, yeah, that is one of my fears, is actually drowning. I was like, that is just, no. He was like, you can drown on a tablespoon of water. I didn't know that. I was like, heck no, I would have never thought that. Shannon, we used to, when we lived in Iowa, we lived on a farm, and there was, we had a front porch that had all glass windows, and there was the basement. So I don't know how to describe it. So when you open the door to go to the basement, so the suction from the tornadoes, as you're opening the door to go down, that all the windows to that porch shattered all at one time. And we're trying to open the door to go down to the basement. My brother's hand was on that door facing to go down the stairs, because the stairs were steep to go down. That door slammed shut all at the same time because of the suction, and his hand was in that door, and I thought his fingers were cut off. I mean, they were purple for months, but they never cut off. But it was bad. My dad I thought he was gonna have to break the door down. That scream was excruciating. That was the worst one that was the worst tornado we had been through. My dad thought the whole freaking house was gonna blow off. We thought we were gonna be Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. Payroll. Elizabeth, safety, Shannon, payroll. Okay. Yeah, that one was the worst one. That one happened in Dyersville. Just outside of Peosta, Iowa. Peosta and Dyersville was not too far from Dubuque. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. Hi, Native. Yeah, we used to swim in the river, and my dad used to get caught in them currents. The leeches were bad. When they started getting really bad, we just went to the pool because they were so bad. Grandma wouldn't let us get into the river no more, even when we were fishing. Was it a pole, or did you grab a hold of like a tree trunk? It was a pole. Well, thank God there was a pole in the water. That could be some scary. It was a wooden pole. Thank God. Because that could have took you for a while. Oh, them copperheads are crazy. We had copperheads back home. I'm pretty sure they're here too. Man, them things smell so musky. Oh, them things stink. You know you're coming up on a bed of those puppies when you smell those things. Oh, God. Oh, I was headed out to the, oh my God, you were headed to the Atlantic Ocean. Oh my God, you would have been gone forever. Thank God that pole was there. Holy crap. That, oh, somebody put that pole there for a reason. Florida is scary during hurricanes. I'm not scared of winds or rain. It is scary during the hurricanes. You know, you're not lying. You are not lying. I was just this morning, the roads that we drive down in our, well, it's not our town, but it's Lakeland. They were literally flooded. That's how much rain we got last night. They are flooded. I was like, holy crap, we got some rain. I'm pretty sure our town flooded because the roads flood quick in our town. But, oh no, they were flooded. They had videos and pictures in my little chat groups and stuff of people stupid enough to drive your cars in that high water. I wouldn't even have dared took my car. Now, Little Red, I'm pretty sure Coop would have took his truck. But the car? Hell no, I ain't putting my car through that. I would have parked my car and Coop could have come and got me, but I wouldn't have took my car through it. No, sorry, Bob. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Wouldn't have happened. But we're supposed to have rain today. Just like that. I'm hoping I'm at home before it comes. Or, I don't know. I might just have to wait until Coop gets off his live stream to come get me, I guess. Leave the car parked here, I don't know. Because I've got a very low patch that I gotta come through. I got 2 alternative ways I can go home, but I'm not gonna put the car through high water, that's for sure. I figured something was wrong when I was headed in. There was like several cars on the side of the road here on this main drag that I come in. I figured something was wrong. Well, I figured it out when I got to my desk and was sitting there looking while my computer was booting up. I was like, oh, yep. Them idiots decided they were going to go down that road and waterlog their car. Yeah, I don't have any IFTA stickers. I have none. He's looking for IFTA stickers as his own operator, but I don't have any. They all got taken to the guard shack. Now, when I was driving semi, I had a blast when that water was up there, but not my little car. No, no, no. That's on my dime. The truck, I would not put it in hot water that I knew it would hurt the truck. But go through them mud puddles and there's people standing outside. I'm sorry. Winkety wink wink. I'm sorry. And the mischievous little smile. Heck, they even had people using kayaks and stuff, kayaking around their yards and everything during the hurricane. It was pretty funny. So I know the first hurricane we went through, we had inches of water in our yard. Now the last hurricane we went through wasn't so bad, not a lot of water. It wasn't a lot. The getters, you ain't lying. That's the only thing I worry about, having the lake down the street. But they gotta come uphill on us. Not saying they won't. But they got a lot of yards they gotta go around before they can get to me. So And the plus side is our yard is all fenced in, so that could be a little deterrent. I have seen them climb chain link fences though. And I do have chickens, so that is a meal. But I don't know, I just. Hello.
Mm. When you say cap, I have to put these two together?
Yeah, just leave, no.
Just the one
just
that I
one, yeah.
count.
And then we just submit the cap. So when we write it on there,
Email?
yeah, and on the email we just say, please cap this store at 5.
Please cap this store?
Yeah, please cap the store at the following cap 5.
Oh, okay. Alright. And this one stays 0.
Yes. But yeah, I'm hoping. Like I said, I've got orientation today, so I might not beat the storm. Because they moved orientation back about 45 minutes due to technical difficulties. So we'll see what happens. So, Jam, do you have any storms over there? Big dirt's in Iowa too. No, big dirt's in Missouri. So big dirt has tornadoes. Um, let's see. Nancy's where earthquakes are, and hurricanes and tornadoes. And I'm at where hurricanes and tornadoes are at. You know, that's the thing. They say that where we live, they say that there's more tornadoes touchdown than there is hurricanes. Nothing as scary as the hurricanes and earthquakes. I know. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but the tornadoes are just as scary though. There's tornadoes, man. Craig, how are you, buddy? Those tornadoes can do some damage. Better than yesterday. My God. Thank God for that. There's always a plus to that one. And then storm chasers. I don't think I could be a storm chaser. I know, my dad had a friend of his. He was a storm chaser, and I just don't know. I don't think I could be one. I think I would be the scaredy cat and run from it. I don't know. Because I know when they yelled tornado, man, I freaked out. I ran for the ditch. Because we lived in a trailer at the time. And you think I'm going to go get in a trailer and go get in the bathtub and put a mattress over me? Hell no, I'm going to go get in the ditch and let it bounce over me. I'm not. Nah. Now, my luck, it would have ran down the ditch line and took me with it. I ain't catching no lightning in a bottle. Hell no. It probably zapped me. That's my luck. No saving me. There would be no saving me. No. Mm-mm. I'm anxious to see those modes tonight and coasters, just to see how they came out after that pour. They looked pretty before we left them last night. I didn't check them this morning before I left, so I'm anxious to see what they look like. Just to see what they look like. If we put it down, then maybe, I don't know, put them right in the middle, or maybe look like the sun is creeping over the top of the cross on some of them, just to see how it looks. We'll have to see what it looks like when we get to it tonight. Of course, we want them all to look kind of similar. Nine. Oops. 12:58. And 5. Yes. Now 6. Now 3. And 9. There we go. They're going from one side to the other, so it gets kind of tricky sometimes. Tomorrow's hump day. Man, this week's flying. What the frick? I guess it flies when you're having a great time, huh? I don't know about a great time, but
This is Microsoft. Your sign-in will...
I don't know about a great time, but we'll let it believe that. This whole year has flew by. It has. I think the older we get, the faster the years are flying. Yeah. Is it just me, or is that the way it is? I don't know. It just seems like it just I don't know. Just seems like it's flying by. Okay, now I need to get that one. No. Copy. Paste. Now let's see if our email's working today. Yesterday I kept sending email. Nothing was working. It was like, oh my God. All right. Copy. Paste. There we go. So, that's done. Yeah, I'll have to check out those generators, Jam. Ain't gonna hurt to check it out. Might see if something happens. See if somebody's got something. What's he want? Hold on a minute, the boss is yelling at me. Okay, I'm back. He's wanting. Oh, I didn't get to show Jam. Jam, did you get to see the Highland cow? Is she still in here? Did she answer me? Nope. I don't see her. She must have got off. Alright. Where, oh where? Um, Alright guys. I'll go ahead and get off here and you guys have a great day. And I'll see everybody tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye guys!